buat rekan-rekan, kita coba mendengarkan perbincangan yang ada di Twitternya Kordau ya. Rekan-rekan bisa klik di sini di Twitternya yang real. Mari kita buka Twitternya. Kita geser ke atas. Sini rekan-rekan, kita melihat perbincangannya, apa yang mereka perbincangkan mengenai Kordau. Oke, kita putar.
Hello. We'll get started in just a few minutes. Hold on tight just so everyone can join. Very late. It's late here, so it shows how global our team is, as well as our community. So what's cool is, people can play this after. But thanks for putting together some great questions and collaborating here on clarifying the S prize. So I wanted to hand the mic over to you.
Sure. Thank you so much. First of all, thanks for joining us so late. I know you are traveling, but still, I think I was equally excited as well, along with the projects that what is S prize, how it can be beneficial for projects, who can claim it, and what's going to happen next, like how it will be distributed, etc. So hold on tight, everybody. We are going to cover all of these questions that you have asked me over like the last few months. So we will just get started on this, and I'll just throw my first question, which is like, what is the goal of S prize?
Great. So this is a good context setting. We have an amazing blog post on our Medium channel that kind of announced the S prize and goes into detail, and we may actually just link to those after. But the goal of the S prize, we're very early in the journey of core, right? The whole chain has been live for just under 3 months, I think, since the airdrop happened, tokens listed. That's a very small amount of time. And we're very early, right? So when building out the ecosystem, the goal of the S prize, and we're going to do quite a few of these moving forward, was to incentivize the development of great applications and protocols on the core blockchain, right? It was kind of a means and a goal of getting as many developers to start building on core as possible. And we wanted to make something that was modeled after the famous X prize, which is kind of like putting up a prize pool, making it clear what we think should be built, and then just allowing great builders to go after that, and paying prizes to the teams that actually win or achieve those goals. So, different than many other approaches from potential, other blockchains who kind of do one-off grants and things are kind of behind closed doors a lot of times. We wanted to make this very public, make the metrics very public, and then we'll share all the results with the community. So again, the goal was to incentivize and develop real apps, develop and deliver value to core users on the chain. And then we want to reward builders for the value they create on the core network with prize money. So we put up a prize pool. There's currently actually technically 5 prizes, which I think we're going to go over in detail. But the goal of these is basically, again, the teams will achieve the mission, and if they qualify, they'll actually get paid a reward or a grant for their hard work so they can continue and develop. And ultimately, we want to bring as many great applications as we can to the core blockchain. And this is one of the things that you'll continue to see over the years are these S prizes.
Awesome. It sounds great. So I just want to ask, what are the requirements for the projects to be applicable? Like, do they need to be launched on core? And like, what are the categories? Like, do these prize have like gaming, DeFi? Like, I have seen all of that, but still, I mean, just to clarify, what are the categories and how they can apply and who is eligible?
Yeah, so let's jump into the categories to start. So there's 2 S Prize categories happening right now. Both were released on March 9th. So the first is Bring Your Own DeFi, right? So it's everything related to decentralized finance applications. Really important, and the reason the DAO wanted to highlight this category is this is kind of like a table stakes first step in building out an ecosystem. We want financial tools for users on the core blockchain. We want liquidity so that a wave of new apps and other applications can be built on top of that. So when you think about an eco, financial tools are really kind of a key first place to start. So the first category is Bring Your Own DeFi. There's a total of 400,000 paid in core across 4 mini categories. So the first is the DEX, so that's a decentralized exchange. So it's a means of allowing users to trade, farm, earn rewards, etc., without having to go to a centralized exchange. The second is Lend Borrow. So again, this is an ability for core users to borrow against their core or lend their core and earn interest. Third category is derivatives. So these are kind of like financial instruments that can be traded, example, futures and other pairs. And then lastly, there's other categories. So this is more just for fun, excitement. We just wanted to see what people would build in the DeFi space. So we're excited about a lot of the applications there. And then the second S Prize, and an area of focus that we're really excited about at Core, and I think the users are as well, and the community is very excited, is around gaming. So the second S Prize has a total bounty of 250K paid in Core, with the winner taking 100K. And this is really about building any type of game and launching it on the Core blockchain. We wanted to make it really exciting. It could be a play-to-earn game. It could be a retrofitted mobile game. We're kind of excited to see a lot of the entries. It could be NFT-based games, role-playing games. And that's the second category. So to be eligible for both prizes, you need to actually have deployed on the Core blockchain. So first of all, to be eligible, you have to actually deploy your app. To be eligible for the snapshot, we're actually going to look directly at the smart contract. We'll be able to see that, and that's part of the application process.
Cool. So what I got from this is we have 2 major categories, which is DeFi and gaming, and then we have like several subcategories into both. So people can just go to Medium, read this blog about S-Prize 1 and 2, and I think they will get all the details on how the prizes are divided. Also, people need to have like their projects launched on Core before applying, so that is also clarified now. How to make this application, like how to apply if I am a project, where to find the form, how to fill it, if you can give more tips on that.
Absolutely. So we've put together this form to apply that's pretty simple. I think it takes about 2 or 3 minutes. You need to actually apply in order to be eligible, and we'll just kind of run we'll run the rankings based on kind of the open metrics on TVL and active users. But to apply, there's a form. We will tweet that again. We've tweeted it a few times. We encourage all builders to apply. It literally takes 2 minutes or so. And then we have your basic details. If we need anything more, we'll ask. But the first category is Bring Your Own DeFi. There's a total of 400,000 paid in core across 4 mini categories. So the first is the DEX, so that's a decentralized exchange. So it's a means of allowing users to trade, farm, earn rewards, etc., without having to go to a centralized exchange. The second is Lend Borrow. So again, this is an ability for core users to borrow against their core or lend their core and earn interest. Third category is derivatives. So these are kind of like financial instruments that can be traded, example, futures, and other pairs. And then lastly, there's an other category. So this is more just for fun, excitement. We just want to see what people would build in the DeFi space. So we're excited about a lot of the applications there. And then the second S prize, and an area of focus that we're really excited about at Core, and I think the users are as well, and the community is very excited, is around gaming. So the second S prize has a total bounty of 250K paid in Core, with the winner taking 100K. And this is really about building any type of game and launching it on the Core blockchain. We wanted to make it really exciting. It could be a play-to-earn game. It could be a retrofitted mobile game. We're kind of excited to see a lot of the entries. It could be NFT-based games, role-playing games. And that's the second category. So to be eligible for both prizes, you need to actually have deployed on the Core blockchain. So first of all, to be eligible, you have to actually deploy your app. To be eligible for the snapshot, we're actually going to look directly at the smart contract. We'll be able to see that, and that's part of the application process.
Cool. So what I got from this is we have two major categories, which is DeFi and gaming, and then we have like several subcategories into both. So people can just go to Medium, read this blog about S Prize 1 and 2, and I think they will get all the details on how the prizes are divided. Also, people need to have like their projects launched on Core before applying, so that is also clarified now. How to make this application, like how to apply if I am a project, where to find the form, how to fill it, if you can give more tips on that.
Absolutely. So we've put together this form to apply that's pretty simple. I think it takes about 2 or 3 minutes. You need to actually apply in order to be eligible, and we'll just kind of run we'll run the rankings based on kind of the open metrics on TVL and active users. But to apply, there's a form. We will tweet that again. We've tweeted it a few times. We encourage all builders to apply. It literally takes 2 minutes or so. And then we have your basic details. If we need anything more, we'll ask. But that's really all you need to do. So we can share that form again. It's on our Twitter. We've tweeted it a few times. I think we'll just pin it to the profile after this.
Awesome. So is there any deadline for application? If I'm a project, I need to apply. How soon should I do it?
No doubt. That's a great question. So basically, these S prizes are actually going to be paid out in, like, the entire pool of prizes are paid out. There's going to be 3 snapshots taken. So there's one at 2 months, 4 months, and 6 months. Right? So we're going to pay out a third of the prizes after 2 months, again, another third at 4, another third at 6. We announced the S prize on March 9th, I believe. I think it was actually March 10th. So the first snapshot is meant to be taken on May 10th. We're going to give a 1-week grace period, so we'll make that May 17th. So that is the deadline to apply for the first snapshot and first payout of the pool. After that, you can continue to apply for the second and third snapshot. But again, to get your entry in and be included in this first snapshot, you need to apply by May 17th.
Awesome. So everybody who is listening and who want to apply for this first snapshot, do apply before May 17th. Otherwise, you will need to wait for another snapshot, which will be coming soon in later months. So now we have clarity on deadline. We have clarity on application, on categories. So when are the prizes paid? Because if I apply and if I get selected or shortlisted for a prize, how soon will I get it? And how I can use the prize? That is also one of the questions.
Yeah, we've definitely been asked that a lot. So the prizes will be paid as soon as possible. It's hard for me to know. Like, we're going to try and automate the processes. The DAO will automate the process as much as possible and show that to the community, and then pay out the prizes immediately. So ideally, that's done within a week or two. we'll try and make that as quick as possible so that the teams actually running these protocols and investing in games, DeFi products can actually use the prizes. So they can use it for whatever they want. They can give it back to their users. They can use it to invest in new products. They can use it to incentivize users in their new protocol. There's really no strings attached here. This is strictly a prize pool awarded for the hard work that's been done, and teams can kind of use that pool of funds for whatever they need to do.
Great. That sounds really fantastic. So I want to ask, how you are going to select the projects, and how the ranking will be provided to the projects, and if there are any other tips on submissions, what makes a good submission. If you can share more details on that, it would be really cool.
No problem. So how are prizes awarded? Let's just start there on the rankings, right? So for DeFi, one cool thing about blockchain is that not all the data, but the majority of the important data is actually seen on chain. So we can query things. If you've looked at projects like DeFi Llama, etc., they're actually tracking a lot of the core projects in the ecosystem, which is super cool, alongside all these other great blockchains. So you can go there, you can look at how much money is in certain pools and how much is being allocated to protocols and trading volume. So with that, we wanted to make it just very simple for the rankings for the community to see. So for DeFi, we're actually looking at two main metrics. The first of which is TVL, which is total value locked or total volume locked. That's how much dollars has actually been brought into the protocol. That's typically a standard metric with DeFi apps. And that's very easy to track and rank again. And then secondly, how many weekly active addresses are actually interacting with the protocol. So we'll give equal weighting to these. Why is that important? Well, as we know in crypto, there can often be whales or a couple addresses that kind of do the majority of the activity. What we're trying to do is really encourage builders to access as much as our community as possible. We have this massive, amazing community. So by having the weekly active addresses, that kind of just balances out that metric and looks for kind of broader engagement across the users. So again, how we're going to rank is we're going to do equal weighting. Which project has the most TVL, and then which project has the most weekly active addresses. When it comes to gaming, we simplified that even more. We just went straight up with weekly active addresses because there's no TVL metric. So basically games, you just want engagement. How many addresses are actually engaging and using the game? When it comes to the submission itself, just follow the guidelines. There's really no way, because this is really objective and we wanted to make it objective for the community. And that's kind of the ethos of crypto as well. There's no way to really completely customize your submission. We've made it pretty standardized, but yeah, just follow the metrics, link to your contracts, and again, it's really easy. So just kind of follow along there, be very careful, and very likely that you'll be included in the prizes. And I should have mentioned, there's a long tail of prizes here. So if you're early project and you're just getting started, you just deployed, that's okay. Like for example, for the DEX category, we've got 20 prizes there to pay out. So even if you're like the 15th DEX, you'll earn a small chunk of money there in a grant to keep going forward. So we're really excited about that. We designed it that way to have a long tail that included a lot of projects to be included in the S Prize. So don't worry, just apply, and there's a good chance you could be included here in this in the long tail of prizes.
Awesome. Sounds perfect. I guess we have clarified and covered, I think, all the questions that I had. So what I have learned, I'll just summarize quickly. First of all, we have two major category of prizes, DeFi and gaming. We will be coming with more categories later on as well. And right now, you can just visit our blog on Medium, read more on SPs 1 and 2, see what categories you best fit in and apply accordingly. The application is on Airtable. The link will be shared shortly, and it has already been shared a couple of times earlier as well on Twitter, so you can see it. For applying, there is no tip as such, but just follow the guidelines, and you should have a good TVL and weekly active users addresses with your DeFi project or with your game, and I think you will be good to go. The application process is very short as well, so if you want to take the advantage of applying, you can just apply by 17th of May, or you can wait for the next snapshot if you are still building, because we have more prizes coming up. And there are more than 20 plus prizes as in some of the categories as already mentioned. So don't lose hope and just give it a shot, and who knows, like you will win a prize. So just go for it. So this is what I learned, and I think it was really helpful. Please correct me if I said anything wrong. I just summarize like what I learned. But we can bring more people, I guess, who have questions. They can ask, and I think we can go ahead.
For sure. I'm just looking here. We can see we went a bit longer than we thought, so we could give a couple minutes, or just look through the questions really quick.
Sure. I bought like Feza Network to ask question.
Hey.
Yeah. Can you ask your question, please?
I think you're on mute.
Hi, team.
Faisa.
Yeah. Cool. I'll try to bring in someone else. Any projects like who have question, please request to speak so that I can give you the mic and you can ask your questions.
Just brought ice cream up quick. We could probably wrap it soon because it went a bit long. Pulled up the ice cream swap team here if they want to ask any questions or make a comment on S Prize.
Hey, yeah, Ice Cream Swap here. Just wanted to say, very great idea with the S Prize. As a project, we really felt incentivized to not only deploy on core due to these incentives for us, but also to bring more users to the core ecosystem, because that at the end increases our chance to win the S Prize with more users, and we can also use the S Prize to distribute these incentives to the users. So that's also what we are planning. We are not only planning to use the S Prize for ourselves, we are planning to redistribute it to our very great users in multiple different ways, and therefore boost the entire core ecosystem with us on it as well. So just wanted to mention, very great idea with the S Prize, and very excited to take part in it.
Awesome. We also have somebody from the Omnia team, so if you can ask your question, give comment on S Prize, it would be really cool.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is Engineered from the Omniverse team. Just wanted to echo what the Ice Cream Swap team was saying about the excitement about the S Prize. I think we are equally excited. Quick question about the S prize 2. So it sounds like there's one prize that's divided into two, and then each of those two prizes are in turn divided into three parts, one for each of the snapshots. Is that true? So you could have essentially 6 projects winning the gaming S prize.
Technically could. The thing is, so if you have one game, that's like a great question. And I just want to make sure I'm not muted because I tend to do that. I'm good. Okay, so basically, let's say you have one game. You could win all 3 snapshots, right? So you could get first prize, win the entire pool on every snapshot. You don't have to have a new game for every snapshot. We just know that because the ecosystem's so early, some people weren't going to make that first snapshot in May. So that's okay. You can still enter your project in and be eligible in the second and third snapshot. So you don't. To clarify, you don't have to enter brand new projects. But if you did, they would be eligible in your example. But also, like if you have a project, it's going to continue to be eligible for the entire time period.
Awesome. All right, that answers it. Thanks for clarifying. Yeah, I love the flexibility and look forward to seeing what other projects bring in.
Awesome. So I guess that's all we had for today. I am really sorry, but it's getting too late and we work from different time zones. So I guess we have clarified most of the questions, and I wish all the best to all the projects who are applying. And if you have any other questions, feel free to ask us and DM us maybe on the Core Eco account, and we would be there to support you. So thank you so much everybody for joining in, and we'll be sharing the link again for application soon. So make sure you check that out and make sure you apply before 17th of May if you want to qualify for the first snapshot. And that's all from our side.
Wish everyone a great day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Ya, demikian perbincangannya yang disampaikan oleh Kordau. Mulai ini ya, dari 14 jam yang lewat. Semoga informasi ini memberikan yang terbaik buat sahabat semuanya pengguna Kordau. Terima kasih. Salam sukses kita menanti